Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. Want us to know how to fix this photo of the horse and livestock, which is definitely way too dark in this arena. Now, what's happening is when you try to adjust the whole picture, the cows here are way too dark compared to everything else. So even if I go to up here to Enhance Smart Fix, watch what happens. Everything gets too bright on the outside, and then they're still kind of dark. But if you look at carefully, it got so bright, the auto smart is that it made it really pixelated, which is not what you want. You really want to try to stay away from making it so bright. And also, the background floor doesn't have to be that bright. Nobody cares about the floor. What we want to brighten up is the rider and the horse and the livestock. So let me go ahead and undo that smart fix. I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. So what I want to do is separate the livestock from the rest of the photo so I can create a mask out of them. I'm going to duplicate this whole picture, and I'm going to turn off the background duplicate, the bottom layer. Stay on the top layer, and let's go ahead and erase the livestock. So I'm going to grab an eraser, and down here is kind of muddled up, so we can grab like a big, large 100-point soft brush eraser and just kind of erase down here, everywhere where it's really dark, and trying to follow this dark line like that. And then I want to go with a smaller brush, let's say maybe 50 point. I'm going to zoom in here and erase right along the edge and just capture the livestock. And basically I'm tracing the outer edge of everything that is a little too dark. And once I've traced the outer edge, then I can cut out everything in the middle using the polygon tool. So I'll grab the polygon tool, make sure it's not the last tool, choose the polygon, and I'll just start beyond the picture and trace everything in between where I had erased, and I want to get rid of everything in the middle. So I will draw a polygon around the whole piece here. And once I get to the end, I'll double click, which closes the marching ants, hit delete, and there we go. Now we've gotten rid of the livestock. So now we can adjust the background and the rider separately from the livestock. Once I turn that background back on, that livestock will come back. And first I want to adjust the horse and the background. I'm going to stay on the top there, go to Enhance, Lighting, Brightness and Contrast. Now watch what happens. What I want to be careful is not to make it too contrasty or too bright, because then you start seeing this pixelated. What you want to do is lessen the contrast. Watch what happens. See, it gets a little bit brighter, but it stays nice and soft. And then bring the brightness up just a tad. And this looks pretty good for the horse. So you don't want to overdo it. Here's the before, after. Forget about the livestock. Look at the horse, the rider, and the floor. Before, after. That looks pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. And now let's grab the background, which is going to be the livestock. That's the most important here. We're going to go to Enhance, Lighting, Brightness. Once again, similarly to what we did before, we can go really high in the contrast, but we lose definition, or bring it down almost all the way. And see the difference? I'll bring it down. Now the brightness, look at this. I can pop them out. They're a little bit pixelated, but there's not much we can do because there wasn't too much light to begin with. So I'm going to bring these up right around here, I think. And this is the before, after. Huge difference. And all we got to do now is I'm going to cover up a couple of these spots here. I'm going to take the clone stamp tool, and let's make this right at around 100 points. I'm going to hold the Alt down and grab a portion right here and come over here and cover that to make it look like they're a little bit cleaner. And boom, boom, boom. And there we go. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And here we are. We were able to brighten up the whole photograph, separate sections by their own necessities. And that makes it look nice and good. That's it for this tutorial. This is Rich, calling it quits, saying over and out.